ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अवाप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरणनिमित्तं विश्वशान्तिकल्याणार्थं च समस्तसाधकभक्तसेवकानां विघ्ननिवारणशक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं च ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। In our Aitareya Upanishad chanting, we have concluded the Prathama Adhyaya. Now we do Dvitiya, Tritiya Adhyayas. They are not big. It will be done in one day. Om Atha Aitareya Upanishad Shanti Mantraha. Om Vang Me Manase Pratishtita Mano Me Vache Pratishthitam आविरावेर्म एधि वेदस्य माणे स्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहसीः अनेनादीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः। ओम पुरुषेह वा अयम् आदितो गर्भो भवति यदेतद् रेतः तदेतद् सर्वेभ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतम् आत्मनि एव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तद् यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अथ एनत् जनयति तद् अस्य प्रथमं जन्म तत् स्त्रिया आत्मभूयं गच्छति यथा स्वमङ्गं तथा तस्मात् एनां न हिनस्ति सा अस्य एतम् आत्मानम् अत्र गतं भावयति सा भावयित्री भावयितव्या भवति तं स्त्री गर्भं बिभर्ति सो अग्रे एव कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति सा यत् कुमारं जन्मनः अग्ने अभिधावयति अधिभावयति आत्मानम् एव तद्भावयति। येषां लोकानां सन्तत्या एवं सन्तता हि इमे लोकाः तदस्य द्वितीयं जन्म सः अस्य अयम् आत्मा पुण्येभ्यः कर्मभ्यः प्रतिधीयते अथ अस्य अयम् इतरः आत्मा कृतकृत्यो वयोगतः प्रैति स इतः प्रयन् एव पुनर्जायते तदस्य तृतीयं जन्म तदुक्तं ऋषिणा गर्भेऽनुसन् अन्वेषामवेदमहं देवानां जनिमानि विश्वा शतं मा पुर आयसीररक्षन्नद शेनो जवसा निरदीयम् इति गर्भ एवैतत् शयानो वामदेव एवमुवाच स एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीरभेदात् ऊर्ध्वम् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत्। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः। ॐ कोऽयम् आत्मेति वयमुपास्महे कतरः सः आत्मा येन वा पश्यति येन वा शृणोति येन वा गन्धानाजिघ्रति येन वा वाचं व्याकरोति येन वा स्वादु च अस्वादु च विजानाति यदेतत् हृदयं मनः च एतत् संज्ञानम् आज्ञानं विज्ञानं प्रज्ञानं मेधा दृष्टिः धृतिः मतिः मनीषा ज्योतिः स्मृतिः संकल्पः क्रतुः असुः कामः वशः इति सर्वाणि एव एतानि प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि भवन्ति। एष ब्रह्म एषः इन्द्रः एष प्रजापतिः एते सर्वे देवाः इमानि च पञ्चमहाभूतानि पृथिवी वायुः आकाशः आपः ज्योतिंषि इति एतानि इमानि च क्षुद्रमिश्राणि इव बीजानि इतराणि च अंडजानि च जारुजानि च स्वेदजानि च उद्भिज्जानि च अश्वा गावः पुरुषा हस्तिनः यत्किञ्च इदं प्राणिजङ्गमं च पतत्रि च यच्च स्थावरं सर्वं तत्प्रज्ञानेत्रं प्रज्ञाने प्रतिष्ठितं प्रज्ञानेत्रो लोकः प्रज्ञाप्रतिष्ठा प्रज्ञानं ब्रह्म। स एतेन प्रज्ञेन आत्मना अस्मात् लोकात् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् इति ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य म आणीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। In this way, in our attempt, we have concluded chanting of Aitareya Upanishad also. So beautiful this also, you will come to know when we study it. Om Atha Shri Krishna Yurvedantargata Taittiriya Aranyakantargata Taittiriya Shakhantargata Taittiriya Upanishad Shanti Mantraha Om Shanno Mitrah Shamvarunah Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramah Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmavadisham Rutamavadisham Satyamavadisham Tanmamavid Tadvaktaramavid Avinmam Avidvaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Atha Taittiriya Brahmananda Valli Shanti Mantraha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन्न सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरः समयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Salutations to Parabrahma Tattva, Shruti Mata, all the Rishimunu Guru Devata, Brahma Vidya Acharya Parampara. Salutations to Vedavyasa, Vaishampayana, Yagnavalkya, Adya Shankara Adi. Salutations to our own Gotra Rishi Parampara, Swaguru Parampara and Swaguru. You and I as human beings, Jiva, are in the experience of Bandhanam, bondage. Our goal is to get liberated permanently from all limitations or bandhanam, and that is possible only through Brahma Prapti or Atma Prapti, and that is obtained through the Brahma Vidya, and that is obtained through the Upanishad Adhyayana. So, if you and I have come to the Upanishad Adhyayanam level, how many lives we were pursuing it, how much of punya we might have done, and how many of the upasanas we must have done to the gurus and the Paramatma, how much of the desire we must have entertained in our past lives, that in this life, almost impossible thing for the common man, the study of Upanishads we are doing. From here, we have to only take this as a launch pad, move ahead only, could not or should not go back. Any other great achievements achieved by people in the world other than Brahma Vidya, how much ever they appear to be great, we should not be carried away by them because they are not great. We are seeing in our other text classes throughout the day, especially in the evening class, we saw the story of this Angulimal or this Ratnakara who was feeding his own family members but committing the sin. But all that was taking him to the Niraya Naraka only. So, luckily, by the presence of meeting with those Saptarishis, he realized that. Then, all those pursuits of taking care of them and also doing sin for them, he understood his all bondage. All was wiped away by him just by this Bhagwan's Nama Rupi Anushtana, which gave him the Rama Brahma Anubhuti. Otherwise, he would have not claimed in front of Rama himself to be Brahmarshi. Thank God he stopped there. If continued, the sins would have collected so many, that eternal Naraka would have gone. Then we are seeing the stories of the kings of the Vaivasta Manu, then his 10 children, Ikshvaku Adi, and in that, till yesterday, we concluded the Surya Vamsha Raja's story. Then in between, we were told about Raja Nimi Vamsha also, exhaustively, till the last king. From today, we will see the Chandra Vamsha Rajas. I am talking about the Parayanam of the Navama Skandha, which we are doing in Bhagavad. In that also, we have seen so many kings came. They greatly ruled the kingdom. They either conquered other kingdoms or made them friends. They made Praja very happy. They were also as a king, great, grand, successful king. But all that will end in one day in death. So it has an end. None of those achievements have proved to be the greater achievements. हो गया वो इस जन्म के लिए, अगले जन्म उसको लेना ही पड़ेगा. एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन हिज ओन वासना कर्म फल प्रारब्ध, that Samrat Chakravarti, as I was telling yesterday in other context, in the next life can be any a farmer, any land. So he is again continuing to be bound with all those achievements as a king in one life. Maybe if he has done lot of punya, he may go to Swarga, but that is also endful. Maybe with lot of upasanas, he may become even one with Agni, Vayu, Aditya, even up to the Mahat Brahma or that Hiranyagarbha. And yet, all of them still are in bondage. All these, what we are studying other texts, the quotations are or the examples are taken to say that if we have come to this level of Brahma Vidya Adhyanam, we should never get distracted. Distraction happens because of comparison and the temptation seeing others. So all others, other than the pursuers of Brahma Vidya, they might have gained a lot, but all of that was taken away. They were left with again the limitations and bondage. So they never got liberated. And among them, whoever again got liberated, those rajas or anyone, again that was because when they left everything, went to a guru and took the diksha and then was taught by the guru the same Brahma Vidya which we are studying. Then only they got mukti. There was no way other than mukti, no way other than Brahma Vidya for the mukti, and getting that opportunity to study should be understood as, accepted as the highest, greatest opportunity as well as blessings. See, the jiva in us, in his evolutionary stage, has come to the opportunity of studying Brahma Vidya. But the jiva's upadhis are there of mana buddhi, ahankara. They, in this contemporary present world, are exposed to the outer world. So seeing that the mana in me, the buddhi in me, the ahankara in me, may we get tempted or may we get distracted or may think those are greater, therefore let us leave this and go. If somebody does it, they are most unfortunate. You and I should not go into that misfortune level. Therefore, we are reminded whether we may take 100 lives to understand Shankara Bhashyam, 1,000 lives to understand the Mukhya Mantra, and 10,000 lives for us to realize the Brahman, yet what we have to do is this only. We should not go away from it. That much of strongest conviction we have to create in us. That will happen again when we know the glory of the Brahma Tattva, Brahmanubhuti, that it is infinite, blissful, it is bondageless, etc. And anything other than is not only binding, but it is unreal, it is Maya. In these things, when we become very stronger, विवेक से ब्रह्म तत्व की महिमा, वैराग्य से जगत का लिमिटेशन. When we know these two, then only our mumukshata, that I must know the truth, get liberated from jiva deha upadhi, will become stronger. Only that seeker will deeply, sincerely, single pointedly, unambiguously will pursue the Brahma Vidya through the Upanishads and also Bhashya Itya. Even after this also, more and more involved we have to be in this, to the extent that exclusively we are all through the day doing only manana chintana of the Brahma Tattva. That is why in all the writings of great saints, whether it is Adi Shankara Bhagavan or Bhagavad Gita or any one of them, they talk about this only. एवं निरंतराभ्यस्त ध्यानम चिरम नित्य निरंतरम मुने. Nitya word again and again used. That's what no etad eka paratvam. We saw this quotation yesterday. It is found in Yoga system also, in many great textbooks. Tat chintanam, tat katanam, anyonyam, tat prabodhanam. Etad eka paratvam cha. That eka parata. So, then Tulsidaji, in conclusion, Timi Raghunatha Nirantara Priyalagahu Mohirama. Hey Rama, in that way, may my love towards you be continuous, constant, without any antara. Ajyadaraya Shrotasa Samam. Like the flow of ghee from when you pour it from one vessel to other without any break. How it is Santata Dhara, not like water. Water, when you pour, it has a chance tendency of breaking. But if you pour the oil or ghee, the dhara, as it was santata. In that way, all great masters did sadhana, experience the truth, told to all their subsequent generation disciples, Beta, in this way, exclusively when you pursue Bhagavan through both bhakti or jnana marga or yoga marga, that you will be able to reach. So our first goal is achieved in giving time to Bhagavan or the truth or reality. But the second goal is giving our mind to such an extent that other than this, nothing in there. And when other than this, nothing is there, that means what? That is a negative expression. Positive expression is this alone is there. So if we look into our hearts now, little academically only we are studying, with some zest definitely, but only superficially, not with the deep desire to understand deeply the meaning of every shabda and every vakya, every mantra regarding the study. Regarding the sadhana also, at very superficial level, some chanting, some reading, some japa, some upasana going on. More than that, all the upasanas should make me freed from my hold into the outer world. All these sadhanas should bring my attention to single pointedness. All my listening of the Shastra should help in deep contemplation. Then I must experience the truth as early as possible. These highly inspirational, therefore highly essential, important thoughts are not so much in us. Those things are our second goal. The study should become more sincere, more serious, deeper. The desire to know the truth and get liberated also should become more sincere and deeper. Then the study and the desire, both of them have to be reached through the third complementation of all the sadhanas which we are already doing, and if any of them are not useful, ready to drop them, and all sadhanas which have to be added so that our sadhana becomes avigna rahita and delay rahita, and we reach to goal. This is our second goal now. We have to keep it and keep on that way, enhancing our desire for moksha, therefore, desire for dhyana, therefore, desire for contemplation, therefore, desire for swadhyaya, therefore, the desire for श्रवण श्रवण तक आ गए हम लेकिन कितने स्ट्रांगली हमारा कितना पर्पसफुली हमारा ये श्रवण हो रहा है we have to see many lot come to this level. Many means a good some number of seekers. Millions though they go in samsara only, taking that as real, taking themselves as upadhi. They don't even spare a moment even to think or contemplate that what we are doing is that all, is that ultimate, or is it binding? They don't even think about that. Millions are like that. Among them, a good number come up to this understanding level or coming to the Shravana level. But from the Shravana level to the level number two, as we spoke now, only few are able to embark or able to reach to or climb to. Should we do it or not? How to get that fitness for it? These questions we have to have. Idea is what? Like that ant example we gave, any of the creepers example we gave of the insects, if they're not holding on, especially when they have crossed the distance more than half, if they don't hold on strongly with their own limbs, the wall or whatever they are climbing, little inadvertence makes them fall. Again to climb. How difficult. In the same way, we have to put more stronger efforts to hold on to our goal and means in such a way that any of the inner thought or thoughts applied from the outer world should not demoralize us, should not make it make it it should not make us take the sadhana as a lighter thing, as a mechanical thing, और बस यहाँ तक कर चुका हूँ तृप्ति हो गई है बाद में भगवान जाने no I am not pursuing sadhana nowadays. That little thought is enough, like a slip of a leg, little is enough to fall in the valley. 1 second instead of brake, the driver puts the feet on the accelerator. 1 second is enough for dash. This is what happens. Accident committing happens only instead of brake, seeing the vehicles in front, he only pressed the accelerator, it went on, hit it. 1 second. So instead of taking the right turn, when the turn came, for a fraction of a second only, he moved the steering left. By the time he just realized, yeah, right जाना है तो right move करें. By that time the vehicle has hit already the culvertor or he has fallen in the valley. How much time takes for accident? Not a microsecond. In the same way, in this human evolutionary life, how much ever we are, banking upon upasanas and all, they definitely help us. Same time, there is a greatest danger always lurking, wherein a little of chance we give for any reason, like that ant falling from such a 90% climbed wall to the ground, we also will be pulled down. So, as much important it is to have desire to pray to Lord, to put our own efforts, to start climbing and reaching up to 90%. More important than that is our desire now, prayers to the Lord and our efforts to move further only, not to go back. Clear. And we have come to 90% in the sense what? Nothing is understood, but we are able to give time. So, in the remaining, what is the job? More sincerely we listen, more deeply we may study, but give more time in the Tattva Chintana or Chintana about Tattva. Then we will know what is real and unreal. That's how every of these things should become our own personal. For that matter, all Upasana, Japa also, as the other day we told you, saying that is a wrong example. We are doing sadhana, but we are not there. Mana Indriyas are doing sadhana or mana buddhi. Not fully. Not fully. Any example will convey it to us कि when a winter place, winter में अच्छी तरह बाहर गार्डन में बैठकर when a hot double cup of coffee, not one cup, when you sip by sip, when you take, how beautiful is that coffee consumption joy. अदर थिंग इज वाट वह ऐसे लिया ओ कॉफ़ी न गर्म ठीक है न चीनी ठीक है न कॉफ़ी पाउडर है then two sips you took and kept there and took a book or a newspaper or a cell phone or talking to someone shouting to someone. Many people consume that way the dead coffee on. Is there any maja? But on the other hand, when we are cool relaxed meant what we are doing called as consumption of coffee. Give all due value, important respect to it, and sip by sip when you take. It is so great. Coffee is same tasty whether you consume it carefully or carelessly. But when consumed carefully, how great joy it gave. Same way, our all spiritual life can be careless, erratic also, without applying ourselves in it fully, thoroughly. But that never fetches anything. That's how many people feel disappointed in spirituality. Not because spirituality is disappointing, but their way of conducting it, the way of approaching it. So, like the coffee example, we have to be in that zeal and mood of studying all the shastras which we are studying nowadays, catching essence in all of them, and feeling for it everyone, how every of those texts and the themes understood. So when we study Adhyatma Ramayana in that Valmikiji's narration of his own autobiography, how much inspiration he should give. That was the last class we had yesterday evening. So to when we are seeing that interaction between Bhagavan Krishna and Uddhava, how much of, along with just entertaining information, the attitude, the intentions, the depths are there for us to learn from. See that way Uddhavji asks question and very attentive to listen. And Bhagwan's reply wholeheartedly with the best of the answers, calling out, summarizing the entire Upanishadic literature. You understand what was happening in those chapters of Bhagavata when Krishna was teaching, not an ordinary job by the teacher, not an ordinary work by the disciple of continuously, relentlessly listening with utmost attention. That is why sa evam adarshita yoga marga then having nishamya uttama shloka vacha nishamya having received exhaustively the Vani of Uttama Shloka Krishna. Then he could not speak, then he takes the Dhairyena, then he replies. So to the Parikshit Maharaj, so to Sri Arjuna ji. No, these characters were so busy when they were conducting life, fully involved. When they came to spiritual, they changed the field only. They never changed their attitude of that sincerity, the total involvement. No, let us no more allow ourselves to be balam, childlike, wherein we take the spirituality not so importantly, world continuously, equally, or more importantly. That is all childish. Reverse we have to do. The worldly things, due importance we give, But heart in heart, we have to know this is not my goal. On the other hand, whatever sadhanas I am doing, not able to do them properly, not able to get a result because I am not putting my efforts in that way that I am going to get results. All abilities are inside us, but gathering all them. This is called as the soliloquy, as you call. You think in your own mind. Am I committedly doing my Sravanam, my Adhyayanam? Am I really grasping every of the thought that conveyed? Is that inspiring me to take up the sadhanas? Am I able to sacrifice the things to be sacrificed for doing this sadhana? In fact, if this question is asked, what did we sacrifice so far for our spiritual sadhana? बहुत कम और उतना ही मिलता भी है हमको. Main sacrifices are our inner deep habits of worldliness. Is it not? Our obligations and our so many types of notions of our worldliness that without them we can't live. That sort of things. We are engrossed in many things which are consuming our time and diverting our attention from the truth. We have to recognize them and then we have to give them up. In the same way, the positive side about the truth, whatever the process or steps to be conducted, should we not becoming more sincere, serious in them? That also again, we have to do contemplation, soliloquy. So I have to sit for 4 hours meditation. In that 3 hours goes only for quietening mind, then half an hour for remembering the slokas and all, then I do. How to get this 4 hours? Not only 4 hours, 4 effective hours, conducive for meditation. Is it not important? Time to ला रहे हम, but दिमाग किधर है? It's lost in fighting with people, in desiring the objects, in indulging in the joys. It is tired, it is exhausted, it is fatigued, it is distracted, it is in क्षिप्त, मूढ़, विक्षिप्त. हाँ, इतने तरह से हमारा मन है, कहाँ होगा साधना? सो ये हमको महसूस करना है अंदर. दैट्स व्हाट इज द सेकंड स्टेप. दैट इज वेयर वी promote ourselves to the next stage of evolution. And it we have to do. We have to be assured of one thing now that Guru and Bhagavad Kripa are relentlessly flowing. There's no doubt about them. Now, using them by my own Kripa on myself is a job I have to do. The word we have to carry from today, the sentence is I have to do, I must do, I have to do, I must do. Not Guru Bhagavan's blessings I am invoking. You have invoked sufficiently. They are blessed, blessing us. The blessings are continuously pouring in the form of these things. Our classes, attending, etc. But the question and discussion last 25 minutes is how to make better efforts for better result. That is, I have to do, I must do. I have to give up, I have to take up वाला हमको attitude strong develop करना है. So, only two thoughts of today's entire thing as summary is what? We are so blessed to be in the path of Brahma Vidya through Upanishad Adhyanam Bhashyam. There is no greater thing than this. Therefore, don't look at others or allow the mind to speak anything to take us away from this. Point one was that essence. Second point was be dissatisfied with the sadhanas done, siddhi reached by now. Then only there will be the desire to get or doing the sadhana to satisfactory level. In that we have exhaustively discussed where do we go wrong, how we have to mold our mind consciously for more deeper, more serious, more sincere every pursuit of spirituality. Then we give the example of Valmiki and all the kings. So may Tathastu Devatas at this very moment bless us by saying Tathastu. May our own Guru Parampara give us the promotion of reaching to the next level of doing every sadhana more deeply, intensely, seriously. And the example I gave was many come to this level but only few are the ones who take up more deeply seriously and then they reach to. Like these Saptarishis must have met so many thieves and root so many other people. To every one of them, they might have given some or the other Upadesham. Is it not? But it's only Valmiki ji put his efforts. We will read today. Yesterday we didn't complete that portion. In his mouth only he says, in his mouth alone, ki how he was relentlessly doing. And we take that thing so lightly. The thing is one, when he sat for meditation, a ant hill is made around him. Isliye is called as Valmiki. How carelessly we take it, not understanding that in the history of the saints and sages of the past of all, is there anybody around whom that way the Valmikam is made? Means what? How can the ants make a hill? Only when the thing is immobile, stationary. So if he is so much immobile, stationarily he sat for his japa, that the ants were never aware that there is a human being. And he was never aware that they were making the ants. The ants were making the hill. You imagine कितना उन्होंने किया होगा. It's a question of fraction of second na, for the ants to know somebody is there. They stop making. So to for him also, if little bit he moves, it will collapse. If the ants have made the hill means how much without movement of the body, concentration से किया उन्होंने. गुरुओं के वाक्य का इन्होंने पालन. Everybody. How much attentively the Parikshit ji must have heard that before the Takshaka came, with all this audacity, he took the permission of the Guru by asking him, Sir, good you answered me. Many things. Every question I don't need to get answer. What I got so far is enough. I am now sufficient enough to dissolve my Sukshma Sharira and discover myself. Can I do that? Guru said, yeah, that's what I told it for. Chalo, kar lo, I'm going. He went. All questions are not answered. Not required. that inspiration. That's what we again and again give the example of the Prahladas, Nachiketas. Till that inspiration which makes us pour out all abilities exclusively only for this is gained or attained by us, our sadhana will be delay, slow. And the more slowly you go, the more delay it happens until we reach. Because of the slowness, we are giving more and more chances for more and more things to disturb us, distract us. जल्दी पहुंच गए तो ऑब्स्टेकल्स डिस्ट्रैक्शंस आर लेस. ज़्यादा धीरे लगा रहे हो लाइक ऑफिस टू होम, जल्दी आ जाओ तो टेंशन क्लियर. Generally means the optimum time. If you are delaying it, there will be traffic jam, there will be heavy rains, there will be some other thing can happen. Sometimes we don't we say, yeah, मैं जल्दी आ गया अच्छा हो गया, नहीं तो ना वो ये political rally में मैं फंस जाता था. And some other day we really caught up only because delay किया. धीरे चलने लगे या कुछ दोस्त से ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा 10 मिनट ज़्यादा बात किया. सिर्फ बेवकूफ़ी के लिए बहुत सारे तरीके हैं. We are all genius in that. That was enough to get caught up in traffic. So 20 मिनट में पहुंचने का 6 घंटे पहुंच गए. In the same way, the more we don't show sense of urgency and take it lightly for granted, the more the chances for obstructions and distractions. In that way, we have to think for ourselves. So, with this essential introduction, we come to our Dvitiya Brahmananda Valli. Here, Bhagavan gave us Sambandha Bhashyam. He took up the first mantra, Brahma, Brahmavid, Brahmavidapnoti, Brahmavidapnoti Param. Param is Brahma Eva. So, Brahmavid, Brahma Eva Apnoti. Brahmavid, Brahma Eva Bhavati. So that is the thing. Sayohavaitat paramam brahma veda brahma eva bhavati. That was the quotation of Mundaka Upanishad he gave to say that the knower of Brahman discovers his oneness with Brahman, becomes oneness with that Brahma Tattva. So Brahmavid Paramapnoti Param Brahmayeva, therefore Brahmavid Brahmayeva Apnoti. Brahma Vivruddhatamatvat with Vedayate Vedanam. Then here the Purvapakshi raised a question regarding that word and its literal meaning in all parlances. The word is apnoti or prapnoti. The literal meaning of the apnoti, prapnoti is what? One parichinna vyakti obtaining other parichinna vastu, which is other than him. Is it not? A limited me, obtaining a limited food, something, ice cream, which is not me. Is it not? Now your point of discussion is Brahma. Brahma, is it parichinna? No. Is it sarvagata and sarvasya atma? Therefore, it is not the anatma other than you, nor it is parichinna. Then how come like a anatma and parichinna vastu is apnoti or obtained? You use the same word for Brahman also, that it is obtained. I'm not clear about it. You can obtain only which is other than you, which is limited, and you are also limited. You are talking about Brahman, which is infinite, which is the Atma of everyone. Therefore, your own Atma, my own Atma. When it is Atma of everyone, it is my Atma also. And it is Aparichinna. Then how can the word of or action of Prapti can be talked or given to this Brahma Vitt or Brahma Prapti? ब्रह्म अनुभव को ब्रह्म प्राप्ति वाला शब्द कैसे आप दे सकते? Now this question nobody asks. Questioner also is Shankara Bhagavan only. Or as I told you, in his encountering of so many Dvaitins or other Siddhantins, whom he defeated, 72 of them. Disaptati Matochetre Namaha. Disaptati is uh, 2 plus 70 or 70 plus 70 into 2. Dvasaptati is 72. Disaptati may be 140. 70 into 7 plus 70. तो उतने लोगों को while he was talking and disputing to establish Advaita Vedanta, one of them might have asked this. More than those story aspects, his intelligence of bringing this topic is to make us right in the beginning only, to know that we are not obtaining something which is never obtained, which was never away from us. Though everywhere, not only here, my dear, here Brahmavid Apnoti Shruti Mata said. Not only here, throughout your Vedanta study, wherever you get the word Apnoti regarding Brahman, every time you will have a doubt. So to remove the doubt at every time, at this place we are clearing it to you. So that he made it in an interesting manner of the Purvapakshi asking question, then Siddhanti he is answering. Yeah. Now, what is the main Siddhanta Vakya of the Siddhanti, which he has elaborated with example as an answer to the question how the Sarvavyapaka Sarvatma Rupi Brahma can be used as the word Apnoti, which is valid only for the Anatma Vastus and which are limited. लिमिटेड अनात्म वस्तु को मैं एक लिमिटेड बंदा प्राप्नोति पाता हूँ. An infinite, all pervading Brahma. How can it be obtained by me, who also is never other than, or the Brahman is never other than me? Apnoti word. This is very crucial in Vedanta. Please remember, this is, if it is not understood, Advaita is not understood. We will be in the Dvaita of doing something, getting something. All our language भी ये करो वो करो. वेदांत में एक करो करो नहीं होता. जो है उसको जानो बात खत्म. Now, this sentence to be contemplated, and he helped us in contemplation, is what? Darshana darshanayo darshana apekshatvat brahmana apti anaptyoho. Darshana adarshana apekshatvat brahmana apti anaptyoho. Brahma's existence we have never questioned. His all pervasiveness we have never doubted. Siddhanta is saying, yes, you are right, asking us a question. That we use the word apti. We mean Shruti Mata. He always explains Shruti in different Shruti, Bhagavan Shankara. We use the apti word. The apti word is not used by us. Apti or prapti. Prapti, apti are same. Prakarshana apti, prapti. It starts with apti, pra upasarga add karo to prapti hota hai. Word is same. The word used by us for this Brahma Tattva prapti is not as you thought that not aprapta, therefore prapta. We know that it is ever there with us prapti. But still apraptavad it is. Because experience of all of us are, we are limited by desha kala vastu. We are bound by the annamaya pranamaya adi upadhi. We are very much going through this dukkha of all sufferings and limitations. अब ब्रह्म में तो होगा नहीं. He is infinite, he is blissful. So that anubhava is not there, this anubhava is there. Therefore, you only tell, do you got the Brahma prapti or aprapti? Aprapti. See, experience को आप वैल्यू दो ना, लैंग्वेज को नहीं. ये सब तो बात की बात. अनुभव रूपेण तो we are अप्राप्तवद only we are living. Therefore, we have to have prapti. Now, your point now I am answering. What is that? Aprapti of Brahman is not obtaining it or not it is not existing. It is existing, it is obtained, but still it aprapti is because of adarshanam, not seeing it. That's it. Therefore, what is the prapti? Prapti is also not getting which is not there, which is already there. We are saying we are accepting you. It is again darshanam. Therefore, Brahma adarshanam is Brahma aprapti. Therefore, Brahma darshanam is Brahma prapti. So that way, very subtle point. Shruti Mata is not giving you Brahman. You are already that. It is showing you Brahman. You understand? Now we have to develop a topic. Why the Shruti need to show us Brahman? Because you are not seeing it. But I am not dead, I am alive. I am seeing something, that's the problem. You are seeing something else. And do you think you stopped there seeing something else? You started identifying. Do you stop there identifying? No. Your entire life has become one with that only. Like the NRIs going to America to earn some money and come back in the beginning days. But they settled there only, not coming back to India. बस गए वहीं. Then in 4 5 generations, all that culture will come. Like, oh, we have started going only after independence, more of that. Abhi to very kacha hai. Already you can see what the rishis speak of Britain and all. Everywhere, after 4 5 generations, what Indian, where American only they say. They have to say. Then all Indian roots are gone. They won't continue. The 3 4 generations they are struggling to sustain just to compensate their own regrets and all. That we left our India and all. That's it. But मन में तो मजा मजा अमेरिका. If you love India, so come back, no? No, नौकरी पैसे. अरे अब पैसे आ गए ना. You earn so much money now. Come back. Their button culture. कुछ दबा दो, everything happens. That how much habituated. They don't want to come here. यहाँ बटन भी काम नहीं करता. वहाँ बटन से सब काम हो जाता है. You understand? They don't want to come. In the same way, in this entire explanation, with that example of Sankhya Puranam, Bhagavan Shankarji tried to explain to us. We studied yesterday that one, we have gone through it, but the wordings are so powerful that they deserve our attentive, repeated study, repeated listening in our own interest. So take one more day, go through it systematically, again feel it, because these are the crucial most portions. as regard the spiritual convictions are concerned. इफ यू बाईपास देम नजरअंदाज करें फिर हम चलते जाते हैं लेकिन भटकते ही चलते हैं. ये समझ लिया इन बातों को, देन आवर पाथ इज पक्का. वी डोंट गो इन रॉन्ग पाथ. That is why, see, Bhagavan Shankara is not like, ordinary. He take up any topic and elaborate a bhashya of 2 paras, 3 paras, unless it is too essential for any student of the Upanishad to deeply understand the point at that moment. He won't take and explain so exhaustively. Now you see in Vishnu Sahasranama or in the other mantras, where there is nothing much to be commented, or if it was commented already, what did it say? Uttam Purvameva, Uktam Purvameva. हम पहले बता चुके, तू जाग देख ले. See, when it is not required, you will conserve our time by not repeating. Some places he says Spashtam. Hey, why should I explain, use my words? Spashtam it is. It is literal meaning is enough for you to convey. There is no need to write bhash. In the same way, if he has given exhaustive elaboration, in Brahma Sutras, in Gita, in this portion, now you will see from now onwards, next to 10-15 days, he will make us revolve so much in contemplation around the Upanishad mantras by giving us variety of beautiful bhashyams. Variety means exhaustive. Same he does for chapter 13 of Gita, Brahma Sutra में. कुछ कुछ जगह में he takes. In some Upanishads, some mantras he did. Like you remember, Urdhvamolo avak shakaha esho shvattas sanatanaha. When he had to describe the samsara vriksha, both in Gita and Kathopanishad, how elaborately, thin page उन्होंने explain किया. Is it not? Here also, Brahma Prapti is not Apraptasya Prapti. Brahma Prapti is Praptasya Prapti. But how it is like Aprapta? Because of Adarshana. How to become Prapta, get it or feel that Prapti? Only by Darshan. Now the trick of it is what? Though it is me, yet I am not experiencing. The problem itself shows us the solution. Though it is me, Brahman, yet I am not experiencing is a problem, has itself a solution that somebody else who has seen, they should direct us, they should guide us, they should show to us. That is why the need of Shastra and Guru. What is Shastra and Guru are doing? They are showing our own Brahma Tattva to us. Not they are bringing or creating or gifting the Brahma Tattva to us. We are already that. So in this discussion, how many important things to be covered? Brahma Prapti is the moksha. Brahma is actually our own Swarupa. But because of Adarshana, it is Aprapti. Because of Darshana, it will become Prapta. Therefore, that Darshana we have to do. But between Darshana and Darshana, there are so many things to understand. What are the so many things? If I am not having Darshana of the Brahma, kiska darshan मैं कर रहा हूँ? Again, am I stopping at Darshana level? Is it not? That is what is explaining. That in many lives, not only we have not chosen to see our own Brahma Tattva, but we have chosen to see something other than our own Brahmatma Tattva, the Anatmas. They are all the Panchakoshas. Not only we saw them, we got Tadatmya. Not only we become identified, the identification expresses as attachment. Attachment expresses as the vrittis of the chitta always have that sort. To such an extent that we have forgotten that we are Brahma. We are not even discussing, thinking about it. कभी कभी है ना, कोई काम दिया जाता है गए करने को, कोई बंदा मिला दोस्त, अब इतने बातें हो रहे कि जिस काम के लिए आए भूल ही गए. आए थे हरिभजन को, ओट लगेगा पास मंदिर में. Same thing was said in our Yaschandasamrishava mantra. One side we are praying. What is that? Ki Chandobhyo Adi Amritasam Samendro Medya Sprunatu Amritasya Devdharano Bhuyasam. Such a powerful prayer is asked. That, O Lord, let my intellect contain the Brahma Vidya. may I have the dharana of Brahma Vidya. But other side, what is your attention and identity with the Deha, the Upadhi, and with the Vyavahara of the world? And he realizes that Medhaya Pihitaha. So I myself, by my own extrovertedness, became so much involved in those things. I have forgotten my own essential self. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या हुआ इसमें कि दैट अनात्मा to which we have started showing interest by looking at it and slowly developed the interest and made it as an attachment, etc. It is now giving us so much tentative comfort. It is giving us comfort along with kicking us so much that we are not feeling like leaving it. लाइक सर्दियों में एक जगह बैठ जाते हैं, सर्दी लग रही है फिर भी वो छोड़ने को मन नहीं होता, जकड़ जाते हैं बंदा. हम सब जो है ना अकड़ गए, जकड़ गए हैं इन द अनात्मा. Therefore, though we are Brahman, still we are not having darshanam. Therefore, ब्रह्म रहना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, दर्शन करना इंपॉर्टेंट है, तभी मुक्ति देगा. Everybody is Brahman, still we are miserable. Like you have a treasure below your own house in the floor. Because treasure रहना is not the removal of the poverty. You have to discover it and use it. है ना, घर में चावल सब्जियां है, नो बनाना पड़ता है, बनाकर भी रखा है, खाना पड़ता है, तभी जाकर भूख मिटेगी, एनर्जी विल कम टू अस. So how important is this discussion in the context of our spirituality? See, we are already Brahman because the logic behind is what? If I am not Brahman, Brahman is something else, and if it is obtained in Kala through some karma, then it is like any other object which we were gaining through karma in time. So those objects which were obtained in time by effort, when the efforts are over, time is over, lapse ho jata hai, it goes away from us. So to the Brahman, if it is obtained, if it is not other than us, and we have spent some time to get it, and we have done some work, when the time is over, work is over, Brahman will gayab ho jayega. Again, I will be back to same square one bondage. Brahma Vidya is a permanent moksha giving means, Yadgatva Nanivartante means, the gain should be such that it should never be lost. And that gain, if it has to be never lost, should be the gain of that which is always with you or you. And we are that. Problem is adarshanam. What to do is darshanam. Wonderful. Therefore, all the darshana shastras they talk about. But darshana has become philosophy, a gross word in English. Philosophy is not darshanam. In Sanskrit, darshanam is showing you experience. Every darshanika gave not only is giving the literature is later. He experienced it. That experience to convey, he gave a scripture. Yeah, but the darshan of him itself also may or may not be ultimate. And Vedanta, darshana is ultimate than other darshanas because each darshana gave that level of experience, no doubt, but the experience is not ultimate. Like I eat sweets, but every shop sweets are not the ultimate, no? But that particular shop where they use the ingredients of high quality, oil, etc., ghee, never compromise, that's why the cost in that is 10 times more than this. या 20 रुपए मिठाई है तो 200 रुपए बोलेगा, उतना ही क्वांटिटी. Then you are surprised, how can it be? He says, yeah, you see and go and see what they make and what we make. So eating sweet is different, but eating the best of the sweet is different. So to darshan alag hai, but samyak darshan alag hai. So every darshana philosopher are proving what they have conceived, and they are right up to their level, but their level itself is not ultimately right. Ultimate is Advaita Darshana. So having said so, the main sentence is Darshana Adarshana Apekshatvat Brahmanaha Prapti Apraptyoho. Catch this sentence. है ना, ब्रह्म प्राप्ति और अप्राप्ति किसकी अपेक्षा रखती है? ब्रह्म का रहना है ना रहने का नहीं. ब्रह्म तो हमेशा है ही, क्वेश्चन ही नहीं कि वो नहीं है, उनके आधार पर ही सब कुछ है. देन क्या है बात? दर्शन हुआ तो प्राप्ति, अदर्शन हुआ तो अप्राप्त। अभी अदर्शन है इसलिए अप्राप्त है, इसलिए दर्शन करा के आपको प्राप्त कराते। उस दृष्टि से प्राप्नोति और आपनोति वर्ड श्रुति माता यूज्ड, सर देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग, ओ माय डियर पूर्व पक्ष, but I want explanation. Yeah, I am there for that only. What else? What he says, see, each sentence is $1,000,000. It is 2 lakh times repeated. Yet 2 lakh one is required because the 2 lakh repetition never worked. कितने बार रिपीट करना है इसको, जब तक ये दिमाग में बैठ न जाए तब तक. one sentence, first one, $1,000,000. परमार्थतः ब्रह्मस्वरूपस्य अपि अस्य सतः जीवस्य. Straight away he took the Shashti Tatpurusha. He is just cutting short the explanation. It is not saying in 2 sentences. परमार्थता से ब्रह्म जीव है, जीव ब्रह्म ही है, ऐसे जीव जो परमार्थता से ब्रह्म ही है. 2 times he is not saying. Straight away in Shashti Tatpurusha he says, of that jiva who is essentially Brahman. देखो cut short हो है कि नहीं sentence. So jiva is essentially Brahman, and then that jiva who is actually essentially Brahman, you know this happened. Straight away. Of that jiva who is essentially Brahman. Paramartatah Brahma Swarupasya Sataha Jivasya Api, even though he is by essential nature, every jiva is Brahman. Remember, you and I are living life of jiva now, but basically we are Brahma. Paramartatah we are that. But now अप्राप्ति है because of अदर्शनम. Reasons he is explaining. क्या हुआ actually गड़बड़ कि मुझे ब्रह्म प्राप्ति, ब्रह्म दर्शन नहीं हो रहा है एंड मोक्ष नहीं मिल रहा है. सो परमार्थतः ब्रह्मस्वरूपस्य अपि सतः मीन्स एक्चुअली अस्य जीवस्य, ऑफ दिस जीव हु इज एक्चुअली ब्रह्मन ओनली. क्या हो रहा है? सी वन बाय वन. भूतमात्रा कृत पंचमहाभूत एज वेल एज तन्मात्रा. पंचमहाभूत से स्थूल देह बना, तन्मात्राओं से द सूक्ष्म कारण देह आल्सो बने. सो भूतमात्रा कृत, लिसन नेक्स्ट वर्ड, बाह्य आउटसाइड, परिच्छिन्न लिमिटेड, अन्नमयादि, the annamaya koshas, which are basically anatma, towards them atma darshinaha, he has made a philosophy of them as himself. Darshanam is philosophy, darshanam is visualizing. So those annamayadi koshas which are made of the, because we have to study annamaya kosha adi pancha kosha also, and the annamaya anna brahma upasana comes. So Shankara Bhagavan, no, before starting one word, first word of commentary, he will study, understand, digest, experience the entire text, आगे से पीछे, दाएं से बाएं, ऊपर से नीचे. Then with the totality he will explain. Therefore he knows what he is explaining now has to connect to the last one. Then how to connect, that way only he talks. So why the Annamayadi word he used? Because in the future shlokas, Annamayadi Panchakosha only are coming. And why the Bhashya word is used? Because Antaratama to these Panchakoshas is Brahma. Therefore, comparatively, therefore the Panchakoshas become as Bhashya. पंचकोशों के भीतर आत्मा है तो आत्मा के बाहर ही पंचकोश होंगे. तो ये सब आगे आने वाला है. उसको दृष्टि में रखकर अभी हमारे दिमाग को प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं. दैट इज हिज जीनियस. सो परमार्थतः सतः ब्रह्म रूपस्य जीवस्य अभी व्हाट इज डूइंग? ही इज भूत मात्रा कृत, पंचमहाभूत तन्मात्राओं से बना हुआ भूत मात्रा कृत, बाह्य which is other than me, outside me, परिच्छिन्न which are limited by the desha kala vastu. What are they? Annamaya adi, annamaya adi which are parichinna, annamaya adi which are bahya, annamaya adi which are anatma, annamaya adi which are made up of panchamahabhutas and tanmatras. With that Atma Darshina. He has a wrong darshana taken as right Atma Darshina. Like today also we are seeing it. Yesterday we saw, थोड़ा start किया हमने कि when the chitta sattva is endowed with or influenced by the tamo guna, what was the first thing? Adharma, ajnana, avairagya, anaishvarya. We are going to see today, just after 5 minutes. Same way, too much of our extreme non-thinking, therefore देर अधर्म को धर्म मानना जैसा बताया, यहाँ भी अन्नमयादि एक्चुअली अनात्मा है, दे आर बाह्य है, दे परिचिन है, बट दिस शिव बी अटेंटिव, परमार्थता ब्रह्म होते हुए भी ही हैज आत्मदर्शनत्व विथ देम, अन्नमयादि आत्मदर्शी हो गया. और नॉट ओनली दैट, अन्नमयादि आत्मदर्शिन आत्मदर्शन तद आसक्त चेतस, his chitta is got totally entangled in it. चित्त पूरे पंचकोशों में अन्नमय आदि में इतना आसक्त हो गया रहेगा. आसक्त is not attachment. This is a different meaning here. Asakta means totally asamanta saktaha, grooved into or engrossed into chitta. Like you pour water to the plant, the water is sucked and taken into by the land there. Through the land, the roots they take. Sucking in English, you can use the word for sakta. Chitta is sucked into the Annamayadi in its thinking, etc. It is preceded by taking this as Atmadarshan. Therefore, two words, darshanatvamu and also आसक्ति ऑफ द चित्त. मतलब क्या हुआ, जिस दर्शन को हम डेवलप करते हैं उसमें चित्त आसक्त होता है. छोटू, जिस वस्तु के प्रति चित्त आसक्ति से सोच लगता है, हमारा वो दर्शन बन जाता है. See the crucial thoughts here, very subtle thoughts. This is what in a simple language said in Gita is Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangaste Jayate. Because in the Upanishadic level, if you don't understand, then Sarva Upanishado Gava Dogda Gopal Nandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Duktam Gita Brahmat Krishna Bhagavan, the Upanishad Sara, he tells us this way. So Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangahateshu Bhajayate. Here also Darshinaha Asakta Chetasa. तो कौन सा पहला स्टार्ट हुआ कि ये अनात्मा को आत्मदर्शन फर्स्ट किया, देन चित्त उसमें लग गया, या चित्त सोचना शुरू की इस पर इसलिए लग गया. दिस क्वेश्चन इज आंसरलेस, इट्स नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. हमको क्या करें, दोनों से बाहर आना है. अनात्मा को अनात्मा ही मानना है और चित्त का आसक्ति उससे छोड़कर परमात्मा में ले जाना. मेनी a times we get lost in problem. Some problems, there are some problems. There are no explanations, but there are solutions. Like Maya. It is a problem because of which we are bound. There is no explanation for Maya, but there is a solution. When you discover Bhagavan, there is no Maya. Here also, दर्शन शुरू हुआ या नहीं तो आसक्ति चित्त का शुरू हुआ पहले. जो भी हो, these are together, now they are affecting us. What are that? That Annamayadi Panchakosha, which are Bahya, which are Anatma, which are made up of Sukshma Bhutas and Tanmatras. With that we have Atma Darshana, feeling that it is me. Anatmana Atma Darshana. That Anatma should not be missed. Parichinna Annamayadi Atma Darshana. They are Anatma, but they are taken as Atma. Tad Asakta Chetasaha. Then the Chitta has lost in that. No, this example we saw yesterday. Then each one were afraid कि एक मिस गया हो गया बंदा, एक बंदा मिस हो गया. There was so much of asakti. They were looking at each one. Then they were counting. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thank God he is there. Thank God he is there. Thank God he is there. Because asakti towards them. Jigiri jigiri dost थे वो लोग. ये बंदा है, ये बंदा है, और गिना तो 9 है. Then 10 were the ones who started. So 9 only the number is coming. Therefore, Prakrita Sankhya Apurana. Prakrita means the expected Sankhya. Prakrita Sankhya. Apurana means पूर्ण नहीं हो रहा है. बैलेंस स्ट्राइक नहीं हो रहा वो. लेकिन बैंक बैलेंस में नो द डिपॉजिट्स एंड द विथड्रॉवल्स ऑल ऑफ दैट एवरी डे दे हैव टू चेक बैलेंस. एक रुपये भी गड़बड़ है तो इट विल गो ऑन कंटिन्यूइंग टुमारो टुमारो प्रॉब्लम. It's the only banking sector, unlike others, you cannot postpone today's problem to tomorrow. And there, 1 rupee gadbad will lead to gadbad of crores of rupees if you leave that. Therefore, till that is sorted out, the bankers are not allowed to leave the bank. हर दिन उनको उस दिन बैलेंस शीट करके निकलना है. Withdrawals and deposits and all. 10 रुपये इधर उधर हो गया, then tomorrow you have to start from where you stopped today. Is it not? How important for them? Balance sheet pakka. Here also 9 हमने काउंट किया, अभी 10वां कहाँ गए रे? So they are interested in those outer people so much. That's the meaning of Bahya, Parichinna, Anatma are these 9. He was so asakta to them and he is counting them. They were all found. But still there is misery. Why? The 10th person is missing. Everybody were doing like that. Now the reason for misery is what? The missing of whom? The 10th person. But who is the 10th person whom they missed? Who they are thinking that they missed and they are crying and condolence and all. You understand? It is they only. But why their attention did not come onto themselves? That they are the 10th person. You have to ask a question. Because they were asakta with the 9 outer. तो जब तक बाह्य के हम आसक्त रहते ना, अपने आप के ऊपर दृष्टि नहीं रख सकते. दिस इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. इन द सेम वे, जब तक हम आत्मदृष्टि नहीं लगा डेवलप करते हैं, बाह्य दृष्टि भी कम नहीं होता. Is it not? Just like you increase the dussanga, then satsanga goes away. Increase the satsanga, the dussanga goes away. Then what to do? Reduce the dussanga and increase the satsanga. सत्संग दुसंग इंक्रीज किया तो सत्संग डिक्रीज हो गया, और सत्संग इंक्रीज किया तो दुसंग डिक्रीज हो गया. तो क्या करना चाहिए? डिक्रीज द दुसंग, इंक्रीज द सत्संग. हियर आल्सो reduce the attention of anatma, increase the attention of the atma. Generally we have to learn the lesson. So prakruta sankhya apurnasya. See, atmana avyavahitasya. Avyavahita means other, avyavahita means not other. The 10th person who completes the count is never away from other than independent of his own self. That's the meaning of avyavitasya prakruta sankhya पूर्णस्य आत्मना अपि. मतलब वो 9 नंबर को 10 बनाने वाला बंदा खुद अपने आप होते हुए भी. That's the meaning of आत्मना अव्यवितस्य, not other than him. He only the 10th fellow. Api still, now the next sentence is Bahya Sankhyeya Vishaya Asakta Chittataya. His chitta was asakta about the number to be counted of the people who are Bahya or other than him. It's a very subtle point it is. Tomorrow we'll complete it, continue it. What is that? Bahya Sankhyeya Vishaya Asakta. He is concerned, worried about those 10 only, 9 only, other than him. आसक्ति है उनको. व्हाट इज आसक्ति हियर? दैट वन फेलो शुड नॉट बी मिस्ड. they are honest only, they are loving only, like you are all honest and loving only towards your own families, but they are bahya, then you lost sight of your own atma. That's how it happens. bahya sankhyeya vishaya asaktataya. Focus on this as your homework. Out of love, out of concern, out of such a closely friendliness, their chitta is asakta with the things to be counted outside. In that, they are not able to catch the point that the 10th fellow is he only, though he is the one. Therefore, there is no problem of losing anyone. Focus on this. Bahya Sankhya Vishaya Asaktataya. What is happening? Asakti Chittataya. Sarupa Bhava Darshanavat. Himself is as if lost because of not attending to himself. स्वरूप अभाव दर्शनवत उनका दृष्टि उधर होने से is not seeing himself. He is not seeing himself, therefore he is not getting the Sankhya Purna, the 10th fellow. Then the misery. Swarupa Bhahyanka Vishaya Asakta Chittaya Swarupa Abhava Darshanamatu. This example is over. On the explanation. In the same way, Paramartha Brahma Swarupa Abhava Darshana Lakshanaya Avidya. Wo avidya, because of which Paramartha Brahma Swarupa is not allowed to be revealed. Because of the avidya, Annamayadin. What are Annamayadin? Bhashyan. They are outer than me. Anatmanaha. They are not myself. Atmatvena pratipannatvat. Because you took them as Atma. Therefore, Annamayadi Anatmabhyaha na anya aham asmi iti abhimanyate. He is in an abhimana that I am not other than Annamayadi Panchakosha. इस तरह से ये आदर्शन हो गया ब्रह्म का होने के बावजूद भी. No, that's what I'm telling you. In some places, the flow is direct, simple, catchable. But in some places, even Shankara Bhagavan cannot make the flow direct or simple because the thing is like that to be understood. And here the struggle of Bhagavan Shankara to take deeply into our heart these few aspects that basically you are Brahman. But you have become asakta with the upadhis, which are other than you, which are external to you. And your chitta is so much only into that, that though you are Brahman, you are not able to have the mukti giving darshana of your own Brahmaswarup. No, this is the thing to be contemplated. मजा आता है एक बार वो क्लिक हो गया मानो. That joy is like eureka only. It is told that a fellow naked only came out of the bathroom when he discovered some principle. Archimedes, कोई भी था, he is danced in ecstasy. That much joy, one clarity when intellect gets, we get it. In the world also, I got an idea. I got an idea. How joyful that is. That's why that famous quotation of the advertisement, an idea can change the whole life. It is true. So powerful is one intellect's understanding. Every scientific discovery is that only, no? One idea, see how the birds are flying, we can also fly. That idea beginning, now you see aviation. In the same way, ना वेदांत विचारण में एक पॉइंट दो करेक्ट वाला है, पकड़ में आता है ना, it will eliminate so many doubts, confusions, etc. बट वो आइडिया को पकड़ के रखना. Now see the level of Upanishad which we are studying, where it is said that you are Brahman, because of Anatma Tadatma, you are not able to realize. When you realize you are Brahman, you are Amrita, you are immortal. Where is this study? And where is our life of getting attached with the things and beings and creating Raga Dvesha and taking in the Shatru Mitra and struggling outside to maintain? इसका उसका कोई संबंध है क्या? बट फिर भी देखो कितने वाइज होने की जगह पे कितने बेवकूफ होते हैं. Where is Brahma Vidya, which is sharpening our intellect to make us realize the Brahma Tattva and give us liberation? Where is our fasav in the world? Jamin Asman ka farak. The sweet fruit giving mango tree and the bitter vegetable giving bitter gourd और नीम ट्री, कितना फर्क है दोनों का. When you eat amrut mango, you feel like you are in amrut tattva only. When you eat that kadwa wala, यार ये कह की नरक है. So too, see, नरकात्मक जगत वे आर फंस गए. वेर इज स्वर्ग से करोड़ गुना ज्यादा आत्म ब्रह्म का अनुभव हम पा सकते हैं. That alone, the deeply rooted mala that I want to continue as the deha is removed, will remove it. This thought alone will remove that mala. अगर क्या है, आप जो भी कुछ कहो स्वामी जी, बट आई एम हैप्पी एज बॉडी ओनली, आई एम हैप्पी एज ए संसारी, दैट इज हाउ वी कंटिन्यू. इसलिए इतने गुरुओं को हर जन्म में आकर हमको इतना बताना पड़ता है. Like we spoil the car and keep in the garage. But the entire team of the mechanics in the garage, we have to work on this fellow, the car. सब सत्यानाश करके हम वहाँ देकर आते हैं. कितने दिन लगेगा? 10 दिन. तो हर दिन 8-8 घंटे एक एक बंदा लगा रहा है उस पर. Just for sake of example, I gave you that. Now you are understanding Prakriti Sankhya Apurana and Prakriti Sankhya Apurana. अनात्म दर्शनम अनात्मा शक्ति, देयरफॉर अनात्मा को आत्मा से लिया, देयरफॉर रियल आत्मा का दर्शन नहीं हो रहा, इसलिए अप्राप्त है. Then the Guru Rishi Shruti, when it teaches us, darshana will happen of Brahma, then Prapti is happened. That half portion of the Bhashyam yet to study, we will do that also tomorrow. Then to that second mantra, which is the Rigveda mantra, which is telling us the Swarupa Lakshana of the Brahma, to that also very sublime Bhashya Bhashyakara gives. Let us enjoy it tomorrow. Today I took more time for introduction, only to see that little portion only is covered without feeling heavy in our head. नहीं तो ऐसे पोर्शन ऐसे होते हैं, बाबा मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा, आई कांट अंडरस्टैंड, आई विल नॉट, आई विल गो टू माय कृष्णा एंड होल्ड ऑन टू हिज फीट. कितना 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 कृष्णा विल गिव यू वन किक, यू विल फॉल अगेन इन क्लास ओनली. He said, I only am there in the class, come there. That's the only place where you and I become one spiritually. Here you only hold on to my feet, not allowing me to move, and you also don't move. Stupid fellow, go there. Same thing Uddhava did. मैं आपका पकड़ पकड़ता हूँ, चरण छोड़ूंगा नहीं. What charan? Shut up, listen to Vedant. Do the Brahma Vidya. Then meet me there. Gurudev always says, meet me there when I am waiting for you. There we meet each other. ठीक है, कल हम देखेंगे इसको. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. ओम तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you, friends. Now, these things need lot of attention, but when we pay, intellect also becomes so wide, so sharp, so subtle, so deep also. And what is required for you and I as a human being to come out of gross subtle miseries to get the subtlemost happiness than this type of intellect? देखो, कठोपनिषद ने कहा सूक्ष्म बुद्धि वाले को आत्मा मिलता है. तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद पढ़ने वाले के बुद्धि को सूक्ष्म बनाता है. Is it not? Even Katha also, there are some commentaries. Look, when you study with the, you will see Katha Upanishad we just studied without Bhashyam. I remember it. From Prashna only, fourth Prashna, we started taking about Bhashyam. I was afraid of taking Bhashyam in the beginning. Now we will do. Anyway, कब जब time मिलेगा. Om. Let us do our yoga sadhana sometime. कल का कंटिन्यू करेंगे.